everyone, Colleen Patrick-Goudreau here from joyfulvegan.com. Welcome to Vegan POV. Sometimes I hear people use the word fake when referring to vegan meats, and they say, I don't like fake meats, they're just trying to mimic real meat, they're just trying to mock real meat. That's one point of view. Here's my point of view. One of the things I do in my work is take veganism out of the box called vegan. When we're talking about vegan food, and I often put that word in quotes, as you can see, I'm talking about real food. Vegan food is just food. You don't have to be part of a special club to eat it, and it's not a separate food group. Vegan food is fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and beans and lentils and mushrooms and grains and herbs and spices. Most of us don't say we're about to have a vegan apple. I'd like a vegan apple, please. I'd like a vegan banana. It's just vegan by nature. We don't have to say that because it's a plant food. So we don't eat vegan bananas, we just eat bananas. And of course, when we're talking about baked goods, the same thing applies. We're talking about flour and sugar and baking soda, baking powder, yeast, cocoa powder, vanilla extract, whatever you use to bake. Things that we already have in our cupboards, things we already use, things we already love, we just don't call vegan. So not only do we use words that make it seem like these foods are unfamiliar to us, we also use words that make plant-based foods seem unreal or unappetizing. Words like faux and fake, mock and substitute, imitation, analog, alternative, and replacement when referring to food. I don't eat fake foods, I eat real foods, and this is reflected in my language. And it's for this reason that I use the word meat when referring to plant-based meats, and I propose we take back this word. It's an Old English word. It's based on an Old English word, M-E-T-E, meat or meta, and it referred to something that was eaten and not drunk. It referred to solid food as opposed to a beverage. And we still use it today when we say coconut meat or nut meat, the meat of a nut, right? But when it comes to foods, meats made from grains or legumes, we tend to call them fake. From my point of view, when we call plant foods fake, we're saying that the barometers by which everything else should be measured are meat, dairy, and eggs, that everything else is a substitute or a replacement or an alternative, and thereby we're saying that they're inferior. And I don't subscribe to that way of thinking, which is why I distinguish between animal-based meat and plant-based meat. I say grain meat and wheat meat or bean-based meat, right? Or just vegan meat. But I certainly don't say fake meat. And the same thing goes for milk. I don't drink milk substitutes. The only imposter in our diets is animal-based milk, which is a substitute for human milk, the only milk we need to consume until we're weaned. But people tend to refer to plant-based milks as alternatives to or substitutes for animal-based milks. And the dairy industry rather scathingly calls them imitation milks. In fact, the National Milk Producers Federation has been trying for years to make it illegal for non-dairy milk companies to use the word milk, claiming that they have proprietary ownership of that word. Just try telling a lactating mother that she has to call her milk breast beverage. And the same goes for butter. I eat non-dairy butter versus dairy-based butter. I don't eat fake butter. I eat butter made from plant fats rather than from the fat of animals. And indeed, the word butter really has more to do with fat than animal secretions. We even reflect that in our language when we say coconut butter or cocoa butter or peanut butter or almond butter. The same applies to cheese. I say non-dairy cheese versus dairy-based cheese, but I don't say fake cheese, and I don't say cheese alternatives or cheese replacement cheeses or fake cheeses. I just name the cheeses based on what they're made from. Could be nut-based cheese, could be cashew-based cheese, could be soy milk-based cheese, versus animal milk cheese or cow's milk cheese or goat milk cheese, etc. When we reclaim the language around plant foods, we can go a long way in demystifying and mainstreaming vegan food. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like what you heard, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on, and subscribe to this channel. And please support the production of these videos by going to joyfulvegan.com and making a donation. And of course, you can check out other Vegan POV episodes and lots of other videos here on my channel, and you can find lots more information that I'm conveying in these videos, in my books, On Being Vegan, and especially in the 30-Day Vegan Challenge. Until next time, for the animals, this is Colleen Patrick-Goudreau. Thanks for watching.